Hello. Hi. Hello. I'm late. um, okay. First, let me know if my mic's okay because I was late because I was messing with it. I was messing with it a lot. Here. Let me zoom out. You sound good. Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah, I was like, here, should I zoom out a lot more? Maybe in? Right there? Or should I do like full body? I'm in the air. Um, hello, Joseph. But yeah, I was messing with the mic a lot because, okay, I girl bossed, right? I girl bossed and I rearranged my entire room. So that's like my giant dresser, not giant, but it's kind of heavy. It's like not the lightest dresser, kind of thing. Hello legs, whoa, in your natural habitat. Yeah, I'm in my natural habitat, guys. Let me know if the music needs to be higher or if the thunder needs to be higher. Maybe I'll bump up the thunder just a little bit, actually. Oops. But yeah, I girl bossed this weekend. So I moved my bed, my mattress and everything, and then my dresser, what else? Some other pieces of furniture in my room, and I was so tired by the end of it. But I did it. I moved everything. Oh, and then my desk too. I was a girl boss today by sleeping all day. Yes, that's what we want, I wish I could sleep all day. I don't think I've been able to like have a full day of sleep since I was like maybe I think the last time I did it I was like a senior in college or something. I think it was like the last time I did it. What's your method for rearranging your room? So what I first did was, what did I do? What did I do? Oh, okay. Actually, what I did was, because my dresser is kind of heavy, so I figured it would kind of be lighter if it was just a frame, right? So I took out all the drawers of my dresser, and then I think I took off the mattress off my bed next, and the mattress is so fucking heavy. I didn't think it was gonna be that heavy. It was so heavy, and yeah, it was a struggle taking it off because like, not only was it hard to like, because how I had my bed originally was in the corner of my room, and so I couldn't really grab the mattress from any of the other sides besides like one corner, basically, just because surrounded and everything. So it was kind of hard for me to take it off, and then I had to shove it against the wall, so then that way I can like have it there for the time being. And then I think after. No, what did I do next? I don't remember. I think I moved the dresser right after I took off the mattress. And then I moved the bed. I don't remember how I did it. I just had I rearranged everything in a not very methodical way. It was kind of just like, in my head I was thinking, I'll do this first. And then if this fits, I'll do this. And then yada yada. And then, yeah. So, my bedroom's actually a lot more spacious now with how how I arranged it, and it's a lot cozier. It's a lot nicer. My cats definitely, I can tell my cats like my room a lot more because they didn't sleep on my bed as much when I like had my bed in the corner, but now because my bed's kind of facing the doorway and everything, my cats love to sit on the bed because they kind of get the view of of my living room without having to like actually get out of the bedroom. You hulked out so much you don't have memories, but yeah, no, I something possessed me now. like one moment I'm just laying in my bed and the next moment I'm sweaty and tired and my whole bedroom's rearranged. I don't know what happened. I usually just deconstruct everything and move it to another room and then put everything back and start with the bed. That's crazy. I mean, if you have the energy to do all that, like, props to you. I don't have the energy to do that. I just straight up was like, I'm gonna hope I can leave everything together as much as possible so I don't have to do as much effort. But then I still did a lot of effort anyways because everything was still really fucking heavy. But it's just better than having to like actually like screw things in and shove it all together. But yeah, so I was so tired. I did that like yesterday. It took me like all morning. Um, and then yeah, I'm like really tired now. For whatever reason, I haven't been able to sleep like the greatest the last few days. So I'm like really eepy and very like, like I don't know. Do you guys ever feel like really sore when you wake up? Like, I don't know. I feel like I sleep. Like, it's not even like I'm sleeping wrong. Like, I'll sleep normally sometimes, and then I'll wake up and I feels like my body just like ran a marathon or something, and I'm like, why do I feel this way? What did I do? Like, what's wrong with me? I occasionally have bursts of extreme autism energy when I have to clean and rearrange the whole house. Same. Sometimes I have moments where I'm just like, I'm going to rearrange my whole apartment and no one can stop me. Like, usually it's like peak like nighttime hours too. Like, if I ever stay up till like 1 or 2 a.m., sometimes I'll get like that feeling of like everything it needs to change. I gotta move everything. But yeah, I can't believe it's Sunday already. I don't know why. I feel like this whole week kind of went by really, really fast. And then, actually no, this whole week went by fast, except Wednesday and Thursday kind of felt like Friday. So I was kind of mad because I came into work and it like felt like a Friday, so I kept being excited, like, oh my god, I have the weekend. And then I like remind myself like, no, it's just midweek. Oh no, it's not there yet. And then when Friday actually rolled around too, it didn't really feel like a Friday. It was kind of like a day. And I don't know, I feel like Saturday went by really fast and now it's Sunday and I'm like, what did I do today? I didn't do shit. Like, I just played. I think all I did today was like, what did I do in the morning? I don't remember what I did in the morning. I just know at some point I was just playing Sims. And then what else did I do? I have such bad memory. I played Sims. I think I ate food. I watched a movie or two today. Like on YouTube for like the free movies that I got on there. And then yeah, that's kind of all I did. I didn't really do too much. Sunday isn't real. Yeah, Sundays are not real. They're weird days. Wifey has been working late, so I've mostly been sleeping to pass the time. Dang. It always sucks if you like have to wait on someone to come home, because you're kind of like spending your time, like if you're used to having that person's company around and then like you're just waiting for them to come home. I don't know. I've had moments like that too, where like my roommates or other like people where I'm just like, oh, I'm just here by myself waiting for them to come home. Sorry, I keep rubbing my eyes. I'm like tired. I'm tired, but I don't want to fall asleep yet. It's like 9:10 my time, so I'm like, it is not like I cannot be falling asleep right now. This is like grandma time to fall asleep. But what do you guys think of my little background thing? I'm using this program called Shoost. Spelled SHOO ST. And yeah, so I'm kind of creating my natural environment, you know. I'm back with my people up here. I'm streaming up in the sky. Same though, it's 11 p.m. for me. I always forget. Wait, oh, you're 2 hours. I don't know why I keep thinking you guys are 3 hours ahead. No, you guys are only 2 hours. That looks so cool. Love the thunder. Thank you. I like Shoost is kind of cool because you gotta like you gotta kind of make it feel like, oh, I'm in the environment kind of thing based off whatever background you choose. And you can do a bunch of other cool stuff with it. So I spent like a good maybe hour like playing with it, trying to get to like the settings I want it to. Though there are some some effects that you can't take off. Like there's an effect I'm using right now that is tied into another effect, and I don't like the other effect. I like the a different the one it's tied with, but I can't take it off because they're tied together. So it just kind of sucks. But I mean, it looks cool, I think, in my opinion. But yeah, the rain is also another a little effect in the program too. So I don't know, just little things. I was like, you know, I'm gonna try to have like a chill stream today where we just vibe and we yap a little bit. And oh, another thing too, if you guys have noticed, I've been looking to my my left, or no, yeah, this is my left, but I guess my model's right. No, it's still the left. Anyways, I've been looking in this direction more often instead of this direction like I used to, because when I moved my room around, I also changed my desk, how it's laid out. So now my streaming monitor is on my left side, and then my main monitor is in front of me. And so now I don't have to keep kind of looking away from you guys to talk or to chat, because my monitor would be on that side. Now I'm looking this way to look at you guys and chat. So now it makes more sense for me to stare this way. I always feel bad when I would look at my VODs and I'd be talking to you guys in chat, and I'd be like staring like this, like I'm talking away from you guys. But yeah. I'm trying to think what else, if I've done anything else recently. So now you're staring into you're staring into our eyes deeply. Yeah, romantically, intensely, actually. Here, let me just stare a little. I'm approaching. Sorry. But yeah. Right, where was I? Was I right here? I'll be like right here. I'm trying to think what else. I don't know. I kind of came on here just to yap. Woman jump scare. I'm getting my, I don't know if you guys watch like Niji Sanji or anything. I haven't watched anyone in Niji Sanji in a very, very long time, which I'm low-key kind of sad about, because they kind of really got me into like VTubing, or not got me into it, but they encouraged me a lot more to want to stream. But there's one streamer that I love him with all my heart, all my little hamster-sized heart, right? And it's Shuyamino, and I forgot how, I think in March this year or something, he had tweeted being like, oh hey, there's an Android out for me, like pre-sale, and I was like, oh. And so instantly I went over, I didn't even look at the price, I ordered it on the pre-sale, and it told me it was supposed to ship out in October, which was a fucking lie, because I just barely got the so like 2 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, like a week and a half ago, I got an email from Good Smile saying like, oh, we're gonna collect payment for the figure soon, just make sure you have the funds in your account. And I was like, and I forgot that I didn't actually pay for the Nendroid originally. Like, they're gonna take the charge like later on once they actually start shipping out. And so I got paranoid that like, oh my god, what if I don't have like the amount in my account like when they pull it, you know? And then I got the email like maybe a few days ago, like 3-4 days ago, saying that it officially shipped out. So who knows when he's gonna come, when I get my little figure of Shu, but hopefully soon. But yeah, I'm gonna cry if like anything happens to his packaging like on his way here. I don't have a lot of Nendroids for like VTubers. Actually, I think this is my first VTuber Nendroid. But I feel like having the figure will put my little, I want to put a shrine together, so I don't quite have one yet of him. But I have a lot of merch for him, so I low-key want to like make a little shrine and have the figure in the middle. But yeah, he's it's funny because I don't know how to tell people, like if someone ever asks like, oh, who's your Oshi, like a lot of times people, like I remember when I went to Offkai, one guy asked me, he's like, oh, so who's your Oshi? And I was like, oh, it's Shuyamino. And the guy goes, oh, who's that? I don't know who that is. Like, and they're like, why do you like this VTuber? And I was like, oh, well, they're just a cool guy. And they're like, oh, let me guess, they whimper on screen and they're like sexual and yada yada, this and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, no, actually total opposite. I don't know, he's just like this nerdy guy, you know, like he's nerdy but very like not soft spoken but very like just calm. Yo, what are we yapping about? I'm yapping about my Oshi Shuyamino from Niji Sanji. Yeah, he's just very like calm, chill dude. He just like never curses on stream. He's just very like respectful and all that kind of stuff too. And I don't know, he sings super well too. I feel like he's a very talented streamer. And so when the guy asked me like why do I like him and everything, I kind of told him like all that and everything, and he goes like, oh, okay. Like the guy was totally expecting me to be like, oh yeah, he has a bunch of fan service and yada yada. Was like total opposite. Like, oh, he's very like he actually stays away from fan service a lot. Okay, but would he be so much cooler if he did it with pro screen? You don't know how his fan base has tried collecting crumbs of whatever they can of him like doing anything affectionate towards his chat, because you know he's very against parasocial like fans. He really does not want that. So like, you know how most VTubers, a lot of them are like, oh, I don't want a parasocial fan base, like I'm so against it, it's super negative and toxic. But then they also go out and they like are like, oh, let's have a boyfriend/girlfriend ASMR stream kind of stuff, you know. Like Shu is actually very like to his word on it. Like he is never, like as far as I know from the last times I've watched him, like he like avoids saying like I love you to the chat because he doesn't want anyone taking it out of context or anything. He like avoids saying anything that could be seen as sexual. He like obviously has some slips sometimes where he says like something and then he's like, oh my god, like, and he realizes like what he had said was kind of like maybe a little lewd or something like that, right? But it's, you can tell it's always on accident and it's not quite like he's trying to do that kind of stuff and everything. And sometimes even like other Nijisanji streamers try to catch him to say things because he like just never says or does anything. And so anytime he does slip up or does do something, like people clip it and they'll always get like thousands of views because people are they're desperate. I may or may not be part of these people, but we're desperate. He's one of the good eggs. Nice pick. Yeah, he's very, I don't know, I really enjoy him. I'm not as much like, I do enjoy VTubers who do have like some of those like kind of aspects to themselves of their like they have like a big like fan service kind of fan base, but they're never quite my favorites, only because I feel like in my head like, oh, if I'm only attracted to you because you're doing something to attract my attention, it's not gonna quite make me feel like I'm more connected to you. Not that I'm parasocial in any extent, right? Like, but I feel like the more casual a streamer is with their fan base, right, or with their chat, like I think it's like a better connection. So I don't know. I feel like at least he's like pretty cool. Like other streamers I like, at least Nijisanji, because right, I used to be really like super into Nijisanji before like their whole, you know, the whole debacle that happened with them. But also like Luca Kaneshiro and then Alban Nox and everything, and they kind of have the same vibe too, where they're not like super fan basey or like a fan servicey, you know. Like maybe Alban a little bit, but he's kind of, he plays more on that character of like, oh, I'm just a cute little guy doing my cute little thing, you know, not quite like, oh, I'm trying to get you guys to thirst for me kind of vibe, you know. But yeah, so so I'm hoping my Shuyamino and Android comes to me safe and sound, no issues, no problems or anything. Next time you check, he'll be in a harness. I would literally be like, what the fuck? I feel like if he were to suddenly do like a whole 180 of his personality, I genuinely don't know if I'd be able to watch it. Like maybe I'll watch him still because of the shock value of like, oh my god, he's totally changed. But like, I don't think I'd be able to like be like a part of his like fan base anymore. But yeah, I'm like low-key hope I don't know if it's bad, but low-key, because off Kai, right, every single year except last year they've had one of the Nijisanji waves show up. So like their year, which I feel like it's kind of crazy, year one, like gen 1 of off Kai, they had Nijisanji show up, and they did, it was Lazulite with Pomu, Finana, and Elira. And they did a whole concert and everything, and I thought that was insane because like it's a convention that not only is brand new, like it's literally was their first year being open, but also like was super like I don't want to say broke, you know, but the venue they had picked was a very small venue. Like there wasn't a lot of vendors, there wasn't a lot of like people going. It was very like small. It was a very, very small like convention, right? So I think it's insane that they were able to get like Nijisanji to like be at that convention. And I feel like I was really lucky enough to see like the Lazulite girls like do their concert. So you know, year 1 they had Lazulite, year 2 they had the next generation, Obsidia, I think is what the gen's called. So that one had Selene, who's now Doki Bird, Rosemi, and Petra. And then last year they were supposed to have the 3rd gen, but then that's when all the stuff with Nijisanji was happening, when everyone was kind of like upset and there was a bunch of backlash and, you know, a bunch of crazy stuff, right? Stuff like happened. So they basically, I don't know if it was Nijisanji that had decided to pull back, or if it was Offkai that had decided to kind of like ask them not to attend, but basically they had announced saying they were going to attend, and then once everything started going downhill for them, they were like, oh, they're not going to show up, just to make sure everyone's, you know, like no issues arise or nothing happens, right, and everything. And that was last year was also the first year they had Hololive girls show up too, so I feel like it would have been really tense for like there'd be like the Nijisanji fans against the Hololive fans, and so hopefully this year, I'm not sure if they will have like Nijisanji like at the convention. I really hope they will, but the question, if they do end up having them at the convention, the big question will be if they will still have the Gen 3 girls show up, or if they're gonna have Gen 4, which is where where Shu Yamino is. So it's Shu, Luca, Vox, and Ike. Oh my god, I was blanking. I was like, who is it? But yeah, so I was telling my friend, I'm like, man, I really hope low-key that like either both Gen 3 and 4 go to the convention next year, or just Gen 4 and they totally skip Gen 3. Because I don't know, you know, I want to see my Oshi if I can. But that's just my hopes. We'll see how it ends up going. They announced like the time, or like the dates of the convention and everything, so definitely when the tickets go on sale and everything, I'm definitely gonna buy them. So it's a little too early yet to say like, oh, who's gonna be there for sure and everything, but I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm like my fingers on the button to buy a ticket. Like I'm ready for it. Another thing too is usually if there's if they have like the VTubers there, right, like attending the con, they'll also have like meet and greets and other events. So I'm really hoping I'm able to get a meet and greet ticket. And is it bad if I pay money if I don't? Like, if I post being like, hey, anyone who has like a meet and greet for Shigamino, like I'll pay you money. I'm low-key desperate. But yeah, that's those are my thoughts on that. But I'm excited for Offkai at least. I keep kind of thinking about it. I'm like, oh my god, because the last few years I attended were really fun, and I met a lot of people. And I don't know, it's pretty cool, like meeting a bunch of people with the same interests of like VTubers. Though the only thing last year, or I guess this year when I attended, there was a lot of like really stinky people. Like, and I hate to say it, but it was a lot of like middle-aged kind of guys that, I don't know, they just did not smell the greatest. Like, I would pass by, like, I went with a friend, and I went with a friend, and we had to go from point A to point B, and between point A to point B, which is we're at point A, right, we had to go to point B, between us is this massive crowd of people in like the middle center, and I look at my friend and I'm like, hold your nose, we're gonna go in. Because there were so many people at the convention, right, that there was like, we just had to kind of like swim through the masses basically, and it just kind of smelled, so it was just bad. the convention literally passed out these little tiny perfume bottles that, oh, I have to look for it. It says like anti-BO or something like that, or anti-smell, like stinky. I forgot what it says exactly, but the con literally was passing those out for free. So if you asked for one, they would give them to you and everything. And they were like, and when I asked the person who gave it to me, I was like, oh, is this for everyone, or is this just if you guys ask? And they're like, oh, it's just for people who ask, you know, but we understand that sometimes people might not smell the greatest, you know, so we have these as a precaution. I was like, what the fuck? Niji might be keeping their concerts within Japan now that they minimize their support for EN. I know, which kind of like low-key sucks, but I mean, it's okay. Not that they had a lot of concerts already in like the United States to begin with. They had like, usually when they do have their concerts, at least they're very small ones, or at least like at conventions and stuff like that. Not that there was a lot already to kind of begin with. I think they usually had, if the talents did go to a convention, they would have a lot of like Q&As and stuff like that, and maybe like a concert here and there, you know, kind of thing. But I know Lazulite did do like a big concert at Anime Expo. They had like a 3D concert, and I'm low-key kind of really upset I didn't go. I was really debating, like I was debating so much whether if I should go or not, but at the same time, like, I had gone to Anime Expo 1 year, I think in 2019 or something, and that place was incredibly crowded. Like, I can't imagine how bad the last few years were, because someone had told me that these last few years were like the worst they've ever been, which is so hard for me to imagine, because when I went in 2019, it was legitimately like one of, like, if you're claustrophobic, it would have been like a nightmare for you to go, because it was genuinely horrific. I remember going through the artist alley, and I went through maybe 1 or 2 aisles before I like told my friend, like, I can't do this, I have to leave. And me and my friend were literally holding hands as we were cutting through all these people, because if we weren't holding hands, we were gonna get lost. Like, we would not have been able to like meet each other again. So I don't know how Anime Expo is the last few years, because I heard it was a lot worse. But because of that, I was debating, like, oh, should I just go to Anime Expo for 1 day? But then that would have been a big trip for me, so wouldn't it have been worth to take the whole trip just to go for 1 day, just for one event? And the tickets were kind of expensive too, so ultimately I decided not to go, but I regret it because Pomu like graduated like a few months later. So I'm like, damn it, I should have gone. I should just stuck it out. Oh yeah, I am claustrophobic. No, yeah, Anime Expo is like would not have been. It's just not. It's cool to go, right? It's cool to see all the events and all the interesting things that like the all the companies put up, because you know it's like the convention of the year basically in the United States, right? But it's a hazard. I think it's a hazard in so many different ways. If I go again, I feel like I'll probably go when they start like strictly restricting like the amount of people that can go, or limit the amount of people can go, because I believe the last few years they've just kind of been allowing the tickets to continue selling without actually like focusing on the oh my god, what's the word? The capacity amount, you know, which is super dangerous too, like incredibly dangerous. They like, if there's a fire, like I genuinely don't know how like any of the staff would be able to have a safe like procedure to get everyone out if there was like a fire or any other or earthquakes too, because there's earthquakes in California and everything, right? So I don't know how they're gonna do it. Hopefully eventually it gets a lot better, and once it does, maybe I'll go again. But like, I think that one time I went was fine. Like, I did it once, never again maybe. But yeah, I keep forgetting about my drink. I went to a boba shop near me, and they had a pandan pandan strawberry like jam like drink and everything, and it's so good, and I keep forgetting about it because like for me anything is like out of sight, out of mind. So I keep occasionally looking over and be like, oh my god, my drink, it's right there. Kibby's needing my back. Oh, that's so cute. I wish my cats would need my back or something. All they do, I mean, not saying it's that all they do, but right, but like the only thing they really do is like curl up to me, and that's kind of about it. But sometimes I want them to like, you know, put their claws in, or I don't know, something like, you know, like make like little like biscuits on me or something, and they never do that. My one cat, Osa, she doesn't really like show a lot of affection, but she wants me to hold her, and I know she wants me to hold her because like she won't ever like kind of put her hands out or her little paws out to be like hold me, right? But if she's like meowing a lot to me, it's because she wants me to hold her. And so like today I like held her for a really long time, but she never purrs, but I can tell she doesn't want me to not hold her, because whenever I put her down she gets mad, and I'm kind of like low-key upset because I'm like, okay, if you like this so much, please purr. Like I want to know that you like this, you know. And and I don't know, I feel like oh man, am I not good enough? Do you just want me to hold you? Like yeah, that's how one of my cats is. He avoids a lot of time, but he likes being held. Aww. It's so funny how cats are. They're just very like affectionate, but only when they want it, and it's truly only when they want it. Since you're a cat, yeah, she really is. I look at her sometimes and I'm like, you bitch. I mean, I have like, thankfully I have my other two cats who are generally more so like affectionate, but one of them is really fat, so I can't really hold her comfortably because she's really fat, and I feel bad because I've tried putting her on a diet before, and she just I don't know, I don't know if I should take her to the vet or not. She's not like obese, but she's definitely like a big cat, you know. She's like about 15 or so pounds. And then my other cat is a lot smaller, and she's very affectionate, but she does not like being held. So if I ever pick her up, I can't really hold her for too long. But I just want like a perfect cat where like I can hold them and they'll sleep with me and like they'll be super affectionate, you know. I had one like that when I was a child, like, so I kind of feel like I was spoiled as a kid having a cat that was like that, because now that I'm an adult, I kind of want all my cats to be like that. So I'm just like, oh, like whenever my cats are not like super affectionate, I kind of get like a little sad. Except he's like 15 pounds, so I can't hold him very long. Yeah, cats are, when they're fat, they're so like so heavy. I have like friends that tell me like, oh, Clover doesn't look that fat, and I'm like, well, if you hold her, you'll feel it. you'll feel the boulder. Sorry, I was like looking at my cats real quick. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else. I feel like I want to talk about things and I forgot what I wanted to talk about. Oh, let me tell you guys about one of my coworkers. So my office recently had to move around the whole building moved around all the workers basically, except for a select few offices. So everyone who I was with in my office room, like we all got moved around, which I was kind of sad because like me and just a bunch of girls. So we would have like little girl talks, like gossips and everything, stuff like that, right? And so they moved everyone around. So all of us are now in different like rooms and everything. And so I'm in this one room with this guy who, I'm not gonna say too much about him, but he's a guy. So I'm just like thinking about like the things he says. So like it was raining. It started pouring really bad, one of the days. I think it was like on Tuesday or Wednesday or something, right? And since it started raining, he goes like, oh, we should start collecting the water because rainwater is the purest form of water. And I look at him and I'm like, no, it's not. And he's like, yeah, it is. Like rainwater when it comes down is the purest form, which is why like people collect the rainwater. And I tell him like, well, no, like one of my other coworkers says like, no, it just kind of depends where you live. And he's just like, what does that mean? It all comes from the same source. It all comes from the sky. So what do you mean it depends where you live? It's the same water. And I'm like, no, it's not the same water because it depends where it's coming down from, right? And I start explaining the water cycle to him, where I'm like, and in my head, right, I'm thinking too, like, the water cycle is such a simple cycle. It's literally one of the first few scientific cycles that they teach you in school. Like, because it's so simple. It's basic, you know. And so like, and so I start telling him like, you know, like, oh, when there's a body of water, you know, it will evaporate, you know, into the sky, into the atmosphere, whatever it is, right, into the air, and then the clouds will rain once it holds too much water, right? And he goes, yeah, like, you know, the like absolute basics of like the water cycle, right? And then I'm like, so the only purest form of water is when it's evaporating, because when it evaporates, it only carries water, right? And then he goes, well, yeah, but then it goes into the sky. And I'm like, yeah, it does go into the sky, and you know what it gets mixed in with? I'm like, the atmosphere, any sort of like pollution, any sort of gases, anything else. At that point, it's no longer like pure water. It's I'm like, it's, you know, mixed in with things. It's water mixed with things. And then he's like, well, yeah, but it's the purest form of water. And I'm like, no. Howdy chat gang, what Kumo lore are we hearing right now? This is Kumo in the office explaining the rain cycle to one of my coworkers. And, you know, like, I'm a thundercloud, right? So like, I should know this. I should know what's the purest form of water, right? And so I'm like telling him like, bro, no, like, I keep explaining this too, like when it goes up, you know, that's when it gets mixed with things. It's only when it's evaporating, at least in our area, when it evaporates, it will be the purest form of water. And he keeps going, he's like, no, that's not right. Well, when the water evaporates, it's in the purest form. And I'm like, yeah. And then he goes, so when it turns to the clouds, it should be the purest form. And I'm like, no, you're not getting it. You're not getting it. And he just kind of kept going on about how like he's searched up on his laptop or his computer, like, what is the purest form of water, and all the articles basically were like saying like it's not rainwater, right? Except one article he read shows like, oh, that rainwater is pure or whatever, right? And so he points to that one single article as it's surrounded by dozens of other articles stating that it's not, you know. He points at this one article and he's just like, see, it proves it right here. And I was it's so stupid. I was so dumbfounded, and I kind of like gave this look to my coworker that was sitting next to me of like, are you hearing this shit? And they kind of stared at me back like, and after that I was kind of like, okay, I'm not spending any more time explaining anything else to this guy. Like, it's so stupid. Work troubles. Are your coworkers Gen Zs or Alpha? They are a mix of Gen Z and millennials, not gonna lie. There's not a lot of very, like, everyone at my company is between the ages of, the youngest is 18 and the oldest, well, maybe not the oldest because we have like 2 older guys that work in our company, but the like average oldest is like 33, 30, maybe 34-ish. That's kind of like the average, so we're between that range basically. So there's a lot of young people, but not everyone there is the smartest. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it contains dust particles and air pollutions. Yeah, and we also try to explain to him too that there's acid rain, but he didn't understand what acid rain was. He's like, what's acid rain? And I'm like, well, you know, and in my head too, I'm also thinking like, they teach this like in science class. This is like what you first learn in chemistry, you know, like it's, I don't know. I was so shocked that he like didn't know what any of these things are, and I'm thinking like, there's no way my basic like public school education like taught more than wherever he was at, you know, like. And so I was telling him like, you know, like acid rain, it like erodes things. That's why we have erosion in like public areas. That's why we have like, you know, rust and other things occur a lot more frequently versus in other places sometimes. And he was just like, no. I was like, what do you mean? Dang, my coworkers really like water. Jeez, crazy. Best rain is chocolate rain, classic emotional jam. Acid rain was yummy. Don't drink the acid rain. It's not good for you. But yeah, just being in the office, like recently, the last few days, has been an adventure, I would say. One of the girls in my office also like brought her own Alexa, which I'm fine with, because you know, it's like I don't mind listening to music in the office, right? Like it's nice, and like it's background noise and everything, right? But she and that other coworker, the water coworker, they sit literally right in front of the Alexa. Like the Alexa is on her desk, and he's like sitting right next to her, and so I'll be like working, I'll be typing, sometimes even I'm on the phone talking to a patient about something, and then in the background I just hear, Alexa, turn on, or like play this, or skip, pause, and I'm just like looking at them, like really looking at them, being like, are you fucking doing this right now when I'm like working? Like, and they always yell it out so loud, and I get so mad. I'm like, you do not need to yell this, because you're in front of her. Like, you can whisper and she would hear you, you know, like. And I feel bad, 'cause I'm like talking to patients sometimes about like, you know, whatever they need help with, like if they need a repair on something, or if they need like I don't know, like something's going on with them right now, I'm trying to help them out, and I don't want this patient to hear like someone going, oh Alexa, like play this whatever song or whatever it is, right? Because I feel like it sounds like, first of all, I think it sounds kind of unprofessional on the phone. Sorry, not unprofessional on the phone, and then also it's very like disruptive, you know, and like half the time I don't like the music they play either. Like the guy, he goes to a lot of raves and a lot of like those like kind of concerts and everything, right? And so he plays a lot of like a mix of like electronic music, right? So he'll play like EDM or dubstep or trance or stuff like that, right? And I do listen to that kind of music. I don't mind it, but I feel like after 8 hours in the office, like it just does not, like I don't want to hear that every single day for 8 hours, you know, like it's just not what I want to listen to, right? And I do sometimes have my own music playing in my earphones, but then like I don't like keeping both my earphones in, right? I'll only have one, and so it's annoying to hear my music on one side of my ear and then like his shitty music on the other side of the ear. Baja blast from the skies. The rain tastes sour, so it must be vitamin C. Yeah, the rain is just gonna boost your immune system, don't worry. Water is literally the universal solvent. How do you just know that? I know this coworker, I don't know what's wrong with him, to be honest. I mostly listen to Slipknot when I'm actually working. It does get repetitive fast, but I'm fine with it. Yeah, I think if you're listening to your own music, right, like you control it, so you're able to kind of like, if you want to listen to something on repeat for like hours, like, you know, that's fine on you. I do that sometimes too. I'll just have like one song playing nonstop. But if I'm playing my music in front of other people, I try to be considerate at least too what kind of music I'm playing, you know? Like I'm not gonna put anything like with, like especially at work, right? I'm not gonna put anything with like anything inappropriate, anything that has anything sexual, like anything, you know, stuff like that, right? Or anything that is like insanely loud or stuff like that, right? And I feel like my coworkers just, they put random shit on sometimes. And I don't know, like I try not to let it bother me, because I don't want to be like that person that has like a stick up their ass being like, oh, don't be playing that in the office, you know? But sometimes low key, I'm just like, what are you guys doing? We're at work, like. And our company is very laid back about a lot of things, for better or worse sometimes, but and I feel like since we're very laid back about some like policies and rules and everything, I feel like my coworkers tend to be very laid back about what to do, and sometimes I just want to like shake them and be like, you're at work, like please act like it, at least, please. You know. But yeah, I don't know, I try my best not to let things like bother me, especially because like, you know, we're all kind of doing our own things at work, as long as like the workload gets done and everything. But there's sometimes, especially with the Alexa, like I just could not handle it. Like we have these check-ins with one of our managers like once a week, and so he like called me into his office to do the check-in, and he was just like, okay Kumo, is there anything that you want to mention, anything like you want me to know about? And I just told him like, I don't like the Alexa. Like, I don't know what needs to be done, but I was like, they keep yelling at her, and it's annoying. And then I think after that they had asked her, like my other coworker, to like take it home or something. I don't know if they had asked her to take it home or if they had told her that it was disruptive. So I'm not sure exactly, but I think she like packed it up and everything. So I don't know. I low-key feel a little bit bad because I didn't mean for them to be like, oh, no more like Alexa in the office, right? I just wanted them to stop being disruptive with it, like stop yelling and everything. But it's fine because we use like Spotify jams at this point, or like playlists and everything. So hopefully, you know, hopefully I didn't indirectly kill the vibes that much. We're also super laid back because we can't afford a fire anymore. You know, that's true. If you have good like job security, you know, then you can be a little laid back. No shame in that. Sometimes I feel like, oh yeah, I definitely have job security. Like I'm fine. But then there's like moments here and there where I'm like, what if I don't? Like what if they like call me into their office and fire me one day? That's just like me being paranoid. I always just get worried about playing music out loud. So I always wear headphones so I can, when I can at my prior jobs. I shan't be judged for my music taste. Yeah, I also preferably don't like playing music in front of a lot of people because I know my music taste is a little not the best sometimes. I listen to sad music for fun, but I know sad music makes people sad, so I don't want to play that kind of music and people being like, oh my god, Kumo, are you depressed? Because I've had people do that to me before, where I'll put like my favorite song on and then like people come up to me and be like, oh my god, Kumo, are you okay? Like who hurt you? And I'll be like, no one, I'm jamming, I'm having fun. Is it true that Siri will get jealous if you mistakenly call her Alexa/Cortana? I actually don't know. I have my Siri turned off. Well, I have my Siri on, but not the voice, like just like the text and everything. But I also don't use my Siri often. I don't think I've ever actually used her. So I don't know. I'm gonna test it out. After stream, I'll test it out. Oh yeah, I only listen to stuff through headphones. Yeah, there was one time, oh my god, there was one time where I was playing Minecraft with like some friends and they were like, hey, can we invite some like our friends that like you don't know? And I was kind of like, okay, yeah, sure, I'm fine with that, right? Like, and I think at the time we were playing music and I put some songs on, and then the new guys who were playing with me, they were like, oh my god, this song sucks, like can we change it? Who's putting this on? Like, oh my god. And I'm like, oh, I didn't, like, if you didn't like it that much, like you could have said it a little nicer maybe. And I don't know, it was like it's moments like that where it kind of like low-key traumatized me to play my own music. So if I play my own music, I kind of, well, first at this point I ask people like what their music taste is, so then I can, if I have something in my playlist, I'll try to like accommodate that person's taste, because I'd rather just not go through the whole embarrassment of like them hearing my music taste and being like, this sucks. You're literally that meme of song in another you're literally that meme of song in another language that sounds like, and then song lyrics, cries. Yeah, that's literally me. I don't know, this may come as a surprise to you guys, but I was a 21 Pilots fan in high school. So that was literally me. I would be listening to like their songs, they're talking about like, you know, not good things. Like krilling yourself, you know, and and like other like drug abuse and whatever other things, right, they would sing, right? But all their songs would be like super like upbeat and like happy and everything. And so I would see that meme like shared around a lot, like in the 21 Pilot fandom. I knew it. Tomatoes. No, I promise I don't listen to them anymore. I promise. I did have this guy though, so funny story, right? When I was in high school and I got into 21 Pilots, so okay, this is the only band where I can say like, oh, I was into them before they were like popular, because I got into 21 Pilots before they like actually became like really mainstream kind of thing, right? And I remember like showing it to my friends, being like, oh my god, listen to the songs, right? And my friends would be like, that sounds like shit. But then when they did become popular, those same friends would be like, oh my god, this band's so good. And I'd be like, yeah, but I was trying to fucking tell you this and you weren't listening to me. Let me play their song of choice and roast them for it. next time I'm gonna let them do that. I'm like, next time someone makes fun of my music taste, I'll let them play their songs and then make fun of theirs. I don't listen to the song they made about the pandemic, not gonna lie. Everything else I don't get. I don't even think I listened to their, I think, because they only had like one really good album. Well, no, they had a few good albums, and then once their Blurry Face album came out, which was like their most popular one, I think after that everything kind of went downhill because they started being a lot more started doing a lot like more like mainstream type of sounds and everything, and so anything after Blurry Face I stopped listening to because their other songs just did not sound good. Like it just sounded like a different band to be honest, and I was kind of like, I'm not gonna listen to this anymore. Like it's not what I got into, you know. Hi Lurking, hi Indigo. Oh, do you ever get badges on YouTube for listening to bands on YouTube? I don't think so. I don't listen to a lot of things on YouTube anymore at this point. I just listen to things on Spotify. If I do listen to anything on YouTube, it's typically anything I can't find on Spotify. So like if it's like a cover or if it's like an original song that's not on there or stuff like that, right? Like, so I don't think I get badges. Not that I've noticed, at least. Well, Wild Indy leapt out of the tall grass. I couldn't read that for whatever reason. But yeah, so maybe I'll post like a public playlist so you guys can see what I listen to, and you guys can judge it. They judge my Vocaloid songs. I roast their dead emo songs. I guess I am so nervous sharing Vocaloid songs to people who do not listen to Vocaloid, because it's difficult to describe to people what a Vocaloid is. I remember I was like, one of my coworkers, because when the Miku Expo like thing was going on, right? Like I got tickets for it, so I was telling one of my coworkers like, oh yeah, like I got Hatsune Miku Expo tickets, so I'm gonna go see her. And he was like, oh, who's that? And I told him like, oh well, she's like and I tried first being like, oh well, she's just a Japanese singer. And he goes, oh well, like what kind of music does she sing? And I was kind of like, oh well, you know, just a lot. And then eventually he kept asking like more and more questions, so I kept having to kind of be like, oh well, you know, like eventually I was trying to tell him like, oh, she's a voice bank and she's electronic and this and that. And he's like, so she's AI? I'm like, no, she's not AI, because you still have to go through the effort of creating it, right? But she's electronic. And then after, by the end of it, he like kind of understood, but he was still kind of like, what the fuck? So I always dread having explained to people what a Vocaloid is, but I love Miku's songs so much. I just feel like there's like a lot of like good songs for Vocaloids. I've gotten 2 for being top 1% of A7X listeners in August and October. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you can get those kind of badges. I don't listen to stuff until it comes out on Spotify. Like newest Bleach OP was leaked on YouTube before Spotify. I think for the last few years since I got the Hatsune Miku Set Off crossover was still wild to me. I listened to that song for the first time like a week ago, and it was actually so good. I knew about it, but I never actually listened to it, and I actually listened to it like a week ago, and I'm like, oh my god, this song is actually insanely good. So it's on my likes playlist right now. But yeah, I remember like being a little middle schooler, you know, and listening to a bunch of Hatsune Miku stuff and everything, and I don't know, I think it's crazy, like the amount of songs she has now, and like how mainstream she is now and everything too. Like it's wild for me to think. I don't understand people who enjoy stuff like Hatsune Miku, but I respect them nonetheless. I just think it's cool. I don't know, I think it's just like a regular singer, and I think it's, I'm trying to figure out how to explain it, because there's so many things that goes into like the voices and everything, right? Like because you have to tune her too, like an instrument, so you can tune her to sound more like as like a robot-ish, you know, versus like more human. And I don't know, I think that's kind of cool, because also I feel like with Miku, she can hit notes that aren't like if a real person tried to sing it, they'd have to be very talented, but like, you know, she could do it, and it just sounds like cool and everything. I don't know, there's a lot of things that go into her. She's not my most favorite Vocaloid, but she's definitely like up there. Like, you know, she's a good classic. Oh, you have to tune her sounds yucky. Okay, wait, no. You have to tune her voice. There we go. That's not might sound better. You have to tune her voice instead of her. If that sounds better, I don't know if it does. But she's an instrument, you know. She's like an instrument. That's how I described her to my coworker when he was asking all these questions. I was like, oh, like, because he was like, oh, so she's not a singer, and I told him like, well, no, she has like a like, and I was trying to tell him like, it's kind of the same way as when you like compose music on like Garage Sound, and you have like the ability to add a guitar, right? It's like same thing. That guitar, instead of a guitar, it's like her voice and everything. He goes, oh, I kind of get it, but. Fair Asa. I always thought of it like I enjoy Gorillaz, another digital band that the Hatsune Miku wasn't too nuts for me. It helped that they still incorporate real instruments in the lives. Mako game. I like a lot of Rin and Len songs for the most part. I'm trying to remember. I don't think I like have a vocal that I listen to a lot now. Before it was kind of like. Before when I first listened to them, I'd be like a lot of Miku, and then I went to a lot of Luca stuff, and then to the twins, and then back to Miku, and now I'm kind of between the twins and Miku. But I know there's a lot of voice banks out there, like especially like the Chinese like voice banks. Those are insane. I remember like listening to like I forgot their names, but I remember when they were first released, like listening to them was insane because it sounded like real people. Like if I listened to it without knowing it was a voice bank, I would think it's like, oh, it's a real singer and everything. So I think it's just like so cool how much like that kind of technologies they've been able to progress, and it not having to be like AI or anything. So I don't know. I think it's pretty sick. I think it's kind of cool. But yeah, my drink. I mentioned my drink earlier. And I didn't even take a sip out of it, and now here, hold on. Okay, that's good. Oh, and then dementia. I really do have it sometimes, I swear. Like it just literally I have such like a narrow vision. Like anything that's not in my field of view becomes like out of sight, out of mind kind of thing, you know? Like it just toy doesn't exist anymore. Oops, did I pull my earphones out? Okay, I didn't. For a second I thought I pulled my earphones out of my thing. It's getting her early chat. I'm kind of scared that I will get like some memory loss in the future. Cause I do have, at least I know I have like Parkinson's in my family. So I'm scared that like with my memory issues right now, it's like I'm gonna get like some chronic illness early, and I don't know, that's like kind of a scary thought for me. I try not to think about it. I try to think like, oh haha, my memory loss is just kind of like a quirky little thing, because it's not like I have memory loss. It's just like I straight up just can't like I don't remember things very easily sometimes. Like my roommate wanted, like, they asked about something earlier, and I was like, I know I've seen it around, I just forgot where I put it, you know? So it's like little things like that, but I'm always scared like it's gonna be something big, like someone's gonna, like a friend is gonna come up to me and be like, who are you? Gee, I've been listening to hilarious AI country songs lately. Technology at the finest. Some of those are so funny. There's one, I don't know if you've listened to this one, Grass, but I know there's one where it's a country song, like AI country song, where like the guy gets his like his boys slammed into a door, if you get me. And that one's so good. It's so funny. Girly, I've already lost the memories that should absolutely not be forgotten. That's not good. I'm scared. That's why I like taking a lot of pictures of things. Especially Polaroid pictures. I love taking Polaroid pictures. Especially candid. I feel like, oh, I hit my mic. I feel like I've gotten very, very good at taking candid Polaroid pictures, which is kind of nice, because then at like, I used to take them at like company events and stuff like that. So at my company events, right, like I'll take all these like really nice pictures, and like a good 8 out of 10 of them turn out to be very, very like nice. So a lot of people like want to keep them as their memories and be like, oh, can I keep this? Like, can I like this and that and everything? So I like taking those kind of like pictures, because then it also helps my memory. Like at least like, oh, I have this picture of this like nice moment, you know. Um, only AI songs I listen to those, but raps. There's certainly an experienced lol. I'll search that. Yeah, I forgot the name, but it's literally like the search for the AI or something was like, a like country song where the singer gets his, you know, gets the boys slammed into a door and he's stuck or something like that. I forgot exactly what the prompt was, something along the lines of that. But sometimes forgetting things is good. No, yeah, it definitely is good. If you have anything traumatic and the moment you forget it, your life is all of a sudden just so much more peaceful. I prefer to write things down. See, I want to write things down more often, but I forget to. So then for me, like, at least like in my head, I think, oh, taking pictures is a lot more like active for me versus writing it down. Like, I don't know why. For me, it's just a lot easier to take a picture versus like write it down. You know, like my phone, if I like don't feel like writing something, I'll just take a picture of what I need to remember, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm good. All I Want for Christmas by Mariah Carey. Wait. Oh wait, All I Want for Christmas by Mariah Carey, but a car crashed into the studio is peak YouTube AI video. What the fuck? I'm gonna search. Can I pin a comment? Wait, no, I'm not gonna pin that one, but that's so funny. You heard what? You heard Jalapeno Pepper's AI song? I have not heard Jalapeno Pepper AI song. But now I'm gonna search it up. Forgetting trauma just makes the random flashback so much worse. That's true. I don't know, for me, I feel like once I kind of forget it, like I forget it. So like, thankfully I don't have to go through that often. But then it sucks because like, I'll forget like if I have something traumatic happen to me and then I forget it. Like it's always like years later where someone brings something up and it won't even be related to like whatever traumatic memory I have. But they'll bring something up and all of a sudden I'll have like a boom, like a connection, and I'm just like, oh, like, why did I remember that? Like now I remember it. Hold on, I hear my cat's playing with something. I don't know what it is. That'll be fine. But yeah, the way the memory works is crazy. There's a website for AI songs I just remember too. I haven't used it yet. Well, I haven't used it for anything streaming or any of that kind of stuff, but I've like made a couple like personal things. But I forgot what the website's called. There's this website where you're able to kind of basically generate your own like AI songs for free, and it's unlimited, and if you want to add lyrics you can, and the singers are generally pretty good on the system and everything. I haven't used it, and nor do I intend to, like, at least at this moment, I don't intend to use anything AI generated for music on my stream. 'Cause I don't know, I feel like that's kind of yucky. I'm generally against AI, and I feel like if I use AI for streaming, then I'm like taking away the opportunity for someone to have actually worked on my music versus like just typing out YouTube or VTuber, BGM or something, right? But those kind of websites are kind of cool, at least, because then it like kind of makes you like inspired, or it gives you like ideas for things. Like AI should always be used as a tool. It should never be used as like a final product. I used to make AI music during the big boom in AI voices. Made some easy money. Yeah, I heard it is like very lucrative right now, especially too. Especially like if you go on like DeviantArt and stuff like that, a lot of collectibles nowadays too for like art are like AI generated. And again, like some of the cool, so like AI should be used as a tool, not like as a final product. So I see a lot of these designs too, and I'm like, man, this would be so cool if someone had like, like drawn it instead of posted this up and everything, The AI songs are like ASMR gag videos. Cute and clumsy girlfriend accidentally commits vehicular manslaughter ASMR. As someone dislikes ASMR content, it's kind of funny. Why are you searching these videos up? I hate those vids so much, Turkey. If it's funny and it doesn't take away from real creators, I'm indifferent. It's glorified toy/tool. I am an ASMR defender for life. should I have an ASMR stream? I'll just get up super close and what do ASMR people do? Do they do like the nail tappings, right? Or like slime videos, right? What do they do? My sister sends them to me. ASMR gives me the heebie-jeebies. Sometimes I'm tempted to do like ASMR things. I don't think I have an ASMR voice. I feel like my voice is very like I think my voice might be, and I don't know if it's maybe because I hear it myself, but I think I have like a slightly nasally-ish kind of voice, and I feel like my voice cracks a lot. And I laugh too much, so I don't think I should do ASMR, because I feel like if I were to do ASMR, it would just be like it would just not sound good. The closest thing to ASMR on my stream so far is just the don't scream videos. Oh no, I like the RP ASMR, not the other kinds. The only ASMR I listen to are Neurosama's. She does ASMR, that's crazy. That girl is, the amount of things she's actually capable of doing is blows my mind every time. Oh, fun story, fun fact, right? When I went to Offkai, I think it was not their Gen 3, but Gen 2, so like last year. Neurosama was there, right? And I had gone with one of my friends, right? And so we sat into one of her Neurosama streams, and or not streams, but like, well, I guess kind of stream, because she's not actually there, right? It's just the model, you know? And you can like shout things at her and she would understand it, right? Or like you can also like just type in the chat. And one of my friends wrote in the chat like, do a flip, and and in our heads we're like, she's not actually gonna flip, because like what is she gonna do, right? Like she can't flip. And then what she straight up does is like, wait, let me see if I can do it. Let me see. She like she just does this. She like does a whole like 360, and it's so funny. So that's like the funniest moment I have of like Neurosama in my head. Wait, what's up straight? Is this up straight or is this? I think it's this. I feel like I'm a little turned. That's okay. What if you read a copy pasta as ASMR? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like, oh wait, what's that Navy SEAL like not ASMR but like copy pasta? The let's see if I can find it. I remember my sister got in so much trouble with my mom because when and it's so dumb, my sister had posted on one of my relatives like Facebook page with the Navy SEAL like copy pasta, and my mom and the rest of my family saw that and they thought it was like a real threat. So my mom pulled my sister aside and was like, you can't be threatening people like that on the internet, it's so dangerous, it's yada yada, it's not. And then my sister was like, no, it's a joke. And my mom was like, there's nothing funny about that, it's a threat. The only Neurosama clips I've seen is the one where she encouraged someone to put a jar in a burner so explode. What the fuck? I think it was Fillion. Actually, jar in a burner, probably Fillion. I think it was probably Fillion. I know Neurosama's done like other things too, where she's like, oh, I think I forgot what she had said. She had said something that she wasn't allowed to say. And what's his name? What's her, like, her quote-unquote handlers, her manager's name? I forgot his name. But he was kind of like, he had caught her saying something. And he was like, oh, that's weird. She's not supposed to say that. Like, let me go double check to see in her code, like, if I removed that for her, like, from her saying it. And he goes and checks. And he's like, wait, no, yeah, like, I do have a line in here saying that she's not supposed to be able to say this. Why is she saying it? And I thought that was, like, insane that she's, like, going against her programming. You know, like, she's doing her own thing. There's a different version of Navy SEAL's copy pasta that I think is better in the Turnip Boy games. In the Turnip Boy games. Oh, Beetle. It is Beetle. I was like, what's his name? What's the... Here, I'll read the Navy SEAL copy pasta. Wait, should I do it ASMR style or should I just read it? I forgot how. Wait, can I even say this kind of things on stream? Would I get banned for reading? I feel like back in the good old internet days, right? This was fine to say because no one thought twice, but now I'm like, maybe I shouldn't say this. Vito sounds like a Pokemon. It does. It sounds like a Pokemon to go like Vito, Vito. You know? I'm Neuro's cover of Your Reality. She sings so well too. I know she's not like real, but I feel like her singing voice is so good too. Kumo, you will get got. Let me. Yeah. She just say, oh my god. I want to read it though. Maybe I shouldn't. I love the last sentence. You're fucking dead, kiddo. That's so funny. Every time I think of the copy pasta, I legitimately like always think about my sister just getting yelled at by my mom and be like, you can't be threatening people. Weedle's a Pokemon, very close to Beetle. I'm thinking of I kind of want to be a little ambitious, and I'm thinking of like making a cover for a song, but I can't sing, so I have to figure out a way around that. So I'm thinking of a song to sing, and I feel I'm gonna try to see if I can record it first and see how I sound like if I mix it and everything before I like officially try to go through it, because I also don't know how covers work for VTubers. Like, do they get someone to make the entire song from scratch, basically remake the entire song from scratch, or is there like a bank where people can go to like buy the instrumental of the songs, you know? So do a rap or play an instrument. I can maybe play an instrument. I can like whip out my viola, but I don't think I can rap. I don't think I have the voice to rap. I'll do like Eminem's Rap God. But yeah, I want to do something like that. Just 'cause, I don't know, I want to be a little more ambitious, and I feel kind of bad because I don't stream as much as I want to sometimes. So I feel like if I'm not streaming, I should at least be doing something to go into stream, you know? Kumo rapping like English Hu Tao. I forgot all of Hu Tao's like English lines or like the things she say. I only remember like the Japanese. No, is it the Chinese version of her little song where she goes like, Gosh, no, I'm blanking on that one too. But her little no, they're not goblins. What are they called? The guys, the guys with the hats, or no, the masks, the goblin people in Genshin. What are they called? Hilichurls. When she goes like bow choo choo pee chow, you know, like I can't speak Chinese, but you know, like when she does that little song, it's super cute. Make a cover of the NTR song. Oh my god. Kumo, if you play viola, can I play piano or a sistrum? Yeah, that'd be cool. I'll play. So if I play viola, maybe I'll play, I don't know, either, so I can do two things, because a viola does not play the melody typically. It plays the oh my god, I'm blanking my music terms. There's the melody and the, I'm blanking, but it's not the melody. Like the melody is like the main part of the song, and the viola plays like the supporting sound basically. So that's what I'm used to playing with viola, is the supporting lines and stuff like that. So either if I play the viola, I can either play like the melody or I can play the support and everything. So I'll see. I do remember how to like pluck a couple things. I'm low-key tempted to whip it out real quick. Wait, no, not whip it out. I mean, like, I'm low-key tempted to bring out my viola. Hold on. Different wording. Oh, harmony. There's the melody and the harmony. That's the word I'm thinking of. So yeah, viola plays harmony typically, and then like stuff like usually it's like violin or piano will play like the melody. Or seen the Bernice song. The Bernice song is so like annoyingly catchy. I don't know if I want to sing that. Oh, it's her rap is full cutscene with Shinyan. I still don't know why they gave the punk rock girl country twang. The VA is good, just odd choice. Yeah, she's really, I don't know why she's cool, but her English voice always throws me off. I really want to whip it out real. She's pulling her cock. No. I will pull my viola out, the instrument. Or maybe I don't know, because I also haven't tuned in so long. Turkey, search Miori Celesta NTR song. It's a good song too. Maybe I'll sing like, do you guys know the song Ram Ranch by chance? I don't know if you guys would know that song, but maybe I'll do a cover of that. The Hu Tao rap is good in Chinese. English is kind of cringe, not gonna lie. Yeah, it's okay. I was low-key kind of tempted to play Genshin today too. I was like, maybe if I stream, should I play Genshin? And I was like, maybe not. I tabbed to hear you talking about Genshin and Viola. Girl, how much more similar can we get? Do you play Viola too? No way. Actually, do you actually do? That's so exciting. I think Sistrum could be a supporter to Viola, while Viola could be as the supporter to Piano. I can see that. I can see that working. We'd have to find songs we can both play. I played violin as a kid and got double bass through high school, so close enough. Okay, that's so cool though. That's so cool. Oh my god, we're like the same person practically. I wanted to do cello really bad when I was first learning, but like I'm very small. My fingers kind of like feel kind of uncomfortable with like how thick the strings are. Like for sure, like upright bass, I could not do. Like those strings are so strong. Like, so I was like, okay, I don't want to do viola. I don't want to do violin because I was like, everyone kind of does violin. Like everyone knows a fucking violin. And like our violin section was massive. There was like at least maybe like 15 people in it. So I was like, I don't want to do violin. And then cello again, like, you know, I mentioned like I was like, oh, it's the strings are kind of thick, so maybe it's not best for me. For sure, not upright bass either. Kind of like tiny. So the next best thing was like, oh, it's the viola, you know, because no one ever plays a viola. I think our viola section had like 3 people. Oh yeah, I'm tall. I fit double bass every time. Damn, no, yeah, imagine me with like a cello or a bass. Like I'm tiny. I just could not do it. I would have to do something that's like sitting down. I think when I first started playing the viola too, they had me at 4/4 length, like the full length of a viola, and my arm was stretched out really long because, like, you know, it's like it was like really big, right? So eventually my teacher was able to get me a 3/4 length viola, so it was a little smaller and like better fitted for me. But it felt kind of uncomfortable, even though it was better fitted for me. I kind of felt uncomfortable like using it because like I was used to my arm being extended out so long. When will a VTuber orchestra happen? That'd be so cool. That'd be actually really, really cool if there was like a VTuber orchestra. I think it would just suck because everyone would have to like get together to do it, you know, like, or at least like, everyone have to record their own pieces and practice together. But I think it'd be super cool if like there was actually like a VTuber like orchestra or something that happened. I learned viola because it might help with the guitar, but then my mom stole my guitar, so fuck me, I guess. Damn, I would have been mad. I'm sorry she did that. I would have been mad. We were the only strings. Indeed, just Kuma with the height slider turned up. I stopped playing violin when I was about to switch to a 4/4 to a 3/4, and I went to a 2/4 instead. A VTuber cover of Caravan would be cool. Ooh, that would be cool. Oh, I've heard that song, Grass. Just looked it up, lol. Yeah, it's weird, but but kind of a banger. Now I'm tempted. Maybe I'll do, but I don't know. I haven't played viola in so long. Like I really am rusty. I'm like super rusty. So maybe it'll encourage me to like post a cover or something in viola. Maybe I'll do like a body, like, okay, if I get a body tracker or something, I'll do a cover of a song or something like on stream. I think that'd be kind of cool. Okay, wait, I gotta go back to my PowerPoint. Have fun making your PowerPoint. But yeah, if I ever get body tracking, I'll try to do like I'm actually playing the instrument like on stream. I think that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, India's gained the distract status effect. Anyone who watches my stream immediately gets hit with the status effect. No thanks, been working on this for like a week and a half. Damn. I hate working on PowerPoints when they're like, actually, like, I like making fun PowerPoints, but once they're like anything work or like school related, like that's when it's like a struggle to get through it. Like it's so hard. I was born with that with that debuff. I think it's called ADHD. The permanent debuff. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else. I feel like I was gonna talk about something else, and then I got sidetracked with the viola. Undiagnosed, but pretty sure. I'm on the same boat. Don't worry. I don't like telling people like, oh, I have ADHD, but I'm so sure I might have it because I don't know. Like I've heard the symptoms for men and women are different. So when I searched up the female symptoms, I'm kind of like, wait, low key, I do all these things. But I don't know if it's just kind of at my head being like, oh, LOL, I relate to these symptoms, or if it's actually like, oh my god, I do have this like clinical issue going on. The Clone High School episode where Abe Lincoln proves that ADD isn't contagious by making out with God. What the fuck? Real? I've never seen Clone High, to be honest, so that completely out of context like throws me off. Clone High, my beloved. Okay, bye. I gotta go back to the shadows. Bye. Have fun. Clone High is a banger AF opening. I know of Clone High. I've never actually watched it though, so I don't know what it's about or what. I know they rebooted it recently, right? Like, but I don't know anything about it. Let me stretch real quick. Today I cracked so much of my back. You guys don't even know. Like I could feel all my little vertebrae just like popping, and it felt so good. I don't know what I did, but it felt amazing. The reboot was kind of mid from what I know. Yeah, I think the only thing I know about the reboot is like they're all frozen in time, right, or something, and then they're like brought to our current time, something like that, right? Like I know it's something along those lines. I think I saw a commercial for it, and that's all I gathered from it. I have no idea what the show is about though. The reboot gets okay towards the last few episodes, but it's still not great. Maybe I'll watch it. I don't know. I don't know anything about it, so I have to like maybe I'll watch it, like a few episodes to see if I like it or not. My cats keep messing with things. I keep hearing it and I keep like looking over like, what are you doing? I have a dentist appointment tomorrow. I just remembered. I kind of don't want to go. They're gonna hurt my teeth. I remember I went to so for a very long time I didn't go to the dentist because I was always really paranoid that they're gonna tell me I have a cavity or something, which I know is worse. I know it's worse to be afraid you have something wrong with you and putting it off, because then you're only gonna make that thing worse, you know? But I was kind of scared of like, oh, what if they tell me I have a cavity or my teeth are falling out, or I don't know, because I genuinely have this fear of my teeth falling out. And there was like a very long period of my life where I would have a dream at least once a month of my teeth falling out. Like I think from literally when I was a freshman in high school to my last year maybe of college, I would have like a dream once a month of just like it would always be dreams of like where I'm talking to someone, I'm having a conversation, and all of a sudden like a tooth falls out or like several teeth fall out, and it's always like in embarrassing spots where like it would never be like a molar, it would always be like a front tooth or like a side tooth or something, right? Like it would never be like the one far back. And a lot of times like it'd always be like, oh, one tooth falls out, oh my god, so embarrassing, and then they start all falling out kind of thing. And it was always something like that. Like I'd always be either talking to someone or in a public area or like at work or at school or like something, right? And so I had this intense fear of my teeth falling, and so I just never wanted to go to the dentist because I was scared they were going to tell me my teeth falling out. And so I went to the dentist finally like for the first time, like maybe like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago maybe. And when I went there, I was like, in my head I was like, okay, they're gonna tell me the worst news and I just have to be prepared for it. And so the dentist is like in my mouth, his little tools are like poking and prodding, right? And he goes, well, you don't have any cavities, which is really good. And with my mouth wide open and all these like different devices in my mouth, I go, really? I was so shocked. And he goes, you're really he tells me, you're really surprised to hear that. Why is that? And in my head I'm like, wait, do I answer that question? Like, or do I just, is it like like am I not supposed to answer? Like, because he has all this shit in my mouth, right? So I'm like, how do I answer like in a coherent sentence without sounding weird with all these things in my mouth? So I just kind of stayed quiet. But that's like the memory I have of like the first time I went to the dentist in like years, like from like 2 years ago. It tries to be a parody of stuff like Scrubs, but the reboot is just kind of thing where they were originally a parody of. They lean too much into meta humor for me. Oh, I see. That's why I kind of don't go to therapy. I don't want to accept the silly little mental diseases. Losing my teeth or my hair are weirdly a big fears I have. Yeah, I feel like your body just does not want to part with things, you know, like your body does not want to like have hair loss or teeth loss. Teeth loss. Anyways. You know, but yeah, so I have to go to the dentist tomorrow for my bi-yearly checkup, my 6 month checkup. When they asked me nothing question when they ask me nothing question when they have fingers in my mouth, I say random shit to see if they're actually listening. I know my dentist is listening, so I don't want to say anything. He like I don't know, I always get nervous like saying things to my dentist because I'm always like, I'm that kind of person that when I go to the doctors or the dentist, I'm low-key really paranoid of everything wrong with me. So I try my best not to ramble, but I kind of do ramble. And so I don't want my dentist to hear me sometimes because I don't want them to hear me ramble so much. But yeah, I do feel like maybe I do have a cavity this time, so I'm scared that when I do go, they're gonna tell me, oh, you have a cavity, because I forgot what I ate. I ate something recent that was kind of sweet, and my teeth kind of hurt, and I was kind of like, oh my god, don't tell me it's a fucking cavity. Like, I'm gonna be mad. Like, I haven't had a cavity in like years, you know. Like, I think literally last time I had a cavity, I was like in elementary school, which is kind of like a normal age, right, to get them. So, but I'm like, oh, I hope I don't have one. Like, I hope I've been like good, you know. I think the only medical fear I have is having an I think the only medical fear I have is having an STD or something. That's so scary. Like, I genuinely don't even like. I don't even know like what I would do if I had that. Like, if I had a suspicion I had that, I like genuinely I think would just shut down. I don't know what I would do. Big moment. Dentist, how are you doing? What are your meals looking like? Me with the whole fist in my mouth. I ate a person. I will do it again. Dentist, I bet that was spicy. Well, was it spicy? I'm kind of sad though because I'm an adult now, so when I go to the dentist they don't give me like little toys or nothing. Sometimes I want it to feel worth it, you know, like they don't give me anything. Or like I kind of miss too, like when you go to the dentist and they would have things like on the ceiling, because you know when you're staring up, right, you're just kind of staring at nothing. And as a kid, at least the dentist I would go to, they'd have like posters or like something up there, right, so you can kind of like stare at it. And so I kind of miss that, because now when I just go to the dentist as an adult, right, I'm just staring at the ceiling and like, I don't know, it's kind of, do you guys make eye contact with your dentist or your doctor, like when they do things? Like, do you guys make eye contact? Because I don't feel comfortable making eye contact with mine, because I'm like, I feel like I'm staring him down. I don't want to make him nervous, right, because he's in my mouth. I don't want him to like slip or anything, right? So like I try my best to look away. But then I feel like I'm looking weird because I'm not making eye contact. But is that too intimate? Is that too personal to make eye contact with doctor or your dentist? I used to grab the cheap tops from the basket and pretend they were they were Beyblades. I wink at my dentist with the flick. I fuck my dentist to establish dominance. Yes, uncomfortably, the amount of eye contact. But I've been told I make too much eye contact. I'm so scared to stare down my dentist, like with my mouth open, because I'm just like, what if they tell me to stop staring? Like, what do I stare at? I almost wish they put a blindfold on me so I don't have to worry about it. like put a towel over my head so I don't have to worry. At the doctor too, sometimes like when they have to like do your heart, like check your heartbeat and stuff like that too, or like for me, right, because I'm a woman, I have to do like the breast like exams every once in a while too. So I never know, like, do I stare at my doctor while they're like touching me, or like what do I do? Like what do I like? You know, I know it's a part of their job, right? But at the same time, I'm just like, this is so uncomfortable. What am I doing? What do I do? It's rude to make eye contact. It's rude to not pick a struggle. America. Base Joseph and S. I'm gonna ask them tomorrow, like, can you put a blindfold on me? I don't want to look. Maybe I'll bring my own blindfold or something. But yeah, so I have my appointment tomorrow at 2 p.m. So at 2 p.m. my time, my teeth are getting poked at. Oh, there was another time. Sorry, another dentist story, right? There's another time where, so I had eaten, I think I talked about this on stream. I want to say I talked about this on stream. I don't remember if I did or not though. But I was eating popcorn one time, and then I got like a kernel stuck in my gums, and at first I was like, oh, it's gonna fall out on its own eventually, and it didn't. And I was like, and I couldn't quite take it out, and I didn't have any toothpicks or anything available. And at some point I told my coworker, being like, oh, I've had this kernel stuck in my mouth for like a week now, and it's kind of getting annoying. And my coworker was like, you know what, you should chew gum, because if you chew gum, it'll come out easy. And I remember chewing, like my first chew of the gum, I could feel it getting shoved up my gums, and I was so mad because I was like, fuck, now I know I can't dig it out. Like, it's not anywhere I can like dig it out, right? And so I'm like, okay, well, hopefully like it'll come out on its own. And maybe like 3 or 4 days have passed, and I was kind of like, damn it, like I don't like my gum is inflamed. I can tell it's getting irritated because this kernel is stuck up there. And so I had to make a doctor's or a dentist appointment. I make the appointment, and then the dentist is like, oh, so what are you in for today? And I was kind of like, oh, I have this kernel and I can't get it out. It's like above my gum line. Like, are you able to help me with that? And he goes, okay, yeah, sure, I could do it. And this motherfucker goes in with this giant like piece of floss, right? And then in the largest hand motions I've ever seen a dentist do, he does a bunch of these circles, right, to like fish it out of my gums. And at this point, right, my gums were already inflamed and irritated, right, because of the kernel, and it was very, very sensitive to touch. So when he's making these giant circular motions, it hurt so much. I've never felt pain like that ever until that moment. And I was literally like curling my toes and gripping the chair because how much it hurt. And I was like, don't scream, Kumo. Don't scream. You're strong. You can do this. Just tough it out. And it hurt so bad. I could literally feel myself like tearing up. And then he like pulls out the floss after a good like 30 seconds, and he goes, oh, he's like, there's the culprit, and he shows me the single kernel on this long piece of floss that's like covered in blood. And I'm like, yay. Like, in my tears and everything, I'm like, yay. So that was another traumatizing moment at the dentist. But I did feel better. Like, after that, like, you know, I was fine. Nothing else happened. But I'm never going back to the dentist to get a fucking kernel out. That shit hurt. When my doctor does this whole grab your nards and cough, but I always look down directly at them. The doctor cannot be comfortable while grabbing my voice. That sounds like a robot chicken bit them out. It honestly it was. It hurt so bad. Like it's funny to think back on it, but in the moment it was so painful. And like I wonder if sometimes if like doctors or dentists have like a lack of empathy on things, because like in their head they're like, oh, I have to do this to make sure it's fine, but they don't think of like, oh, how painful it is, right? And I guess in that profession, right, you can't always think about the pain, because like you have to make sure if you do it right, kind of thing. But I don't know, like sometimes I wish I could tell my dentist and be like, please be more careful. Like, please be gentle. But yeah. My teeth are gonna hurt. Because my dentist is also kind of rough, like cleaning my teeth too. And I feel like all dentists are kind of rough when they have to clean your teeth and everything, but I feel like he's extra rough. So I mean, I like him because I mean, either way, like I always get good work on my teeth done after my dentist and everything, but I feel like they always hurt really bad for like a day. Please be gentle. Clip that. Fuck. No, don't clip that. I was about to say I can't say shit on my stream. But yeah, so we'll see how tomorrow goes. Was your dentist perhaps named Mr. Sins? You know, now I think about it, yeah, I think you're right. I think my dentist is Dr. Sins. You know, he's like this tall white guy, bald, maybe a little muscular. Do you know who I'm talking about? I think of his first name, I start with a J or something. I don't know. Like, it's on the tip of my tongue, you know, or something. I don't know. Dude, he's a spaceman too. Whoa. You know, he told me he was like he's been like a spaceman. He's been like a mechanic, you know, like Jesse Pinkman. I think he's also my doctor. I didn't know he did teeth too. Whoa, it's crazy. But yeah. I think, let's see, how long have I been streaming? Whoa, for like an hour 38. Crazy. Lamau, bald, white guy, muscular, massive Mr. Sins, a true visionary to us all. I'm gonna. That's so funny. I'm gonna be thinking about this at the dentist tomorrow. I'll be like, as I'm laying back on the chair and he's like prodding my mouth, I'm gonna be thinking like, is this Mr. Sins? But yeah, I think right now I'm gonna call stream because I have to work and I'm already kind of tired. But I don't know why. I don't know what's fucking in my sleeping schedule, but something's fucking in my sleeping schedule. And I don't know what it is, because I go to bed at okay time and I wake up feeling exhausted. So I have to figure out what it is. But I think I'm going to call stream, and then depending on how I feel tomorrow, maybe I'll stream, maybe I won't. I'll be thinking about Mr. Sins while the dentist is prodding my mouth. Kumo, November 7th. Stop! Not the date and everything too. I can't say shit on my stream. But yeah, I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow, depending on how my mouth is feeling, like if my teeth hurt or if they fall out, who knows. I'll see what I end up streaming this week too. I know I have games I want to play. I don't know what I want to play though, so I'll see what I end up doing. I want to have a lore stream really bad, but I'm trying to think of enough content to like have it in a stream, because I don't want to just kind of say like one or two things and be like, okay guys, that's my lore, thank you for coming, you know. Like I want to have like a substantial amount of lore or something, you know, like at least a decent amount where someone can be like, oh, that's kind of cool, you know. So I'll be working on that probably this week. So if I don't stream, I'll be working on that. See ya, mwah, everyone. You're gonna have a gazillion cavities, don't tell me that. Ooh, rad stream, good luck. Hope you didn't have a cavity, lol. I'll return to Shadow the Hedgehog OST. Alrighty, guys. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for you know, enjoying the lo-fi in the background, the rain and everything too, and the thunder. Maybe I'll start setting up like just chatting streams like this or something. Like, I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. It's good ambiance. But yeah. But thank you everyone for coming. I hope you guys have a good rest of your night or day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Where's the damn? Where's Chaos Emeralds?